committee made like 2 tiny changes as soon as I got here, and it was focused on letting the ball travel a bit more. And I've never hit an opposite field home run till this year because of it.
Welcome to episode 380 of Alberta Dugout Stories podcast. I'm Joe McFarland. We have a pair of star college performers coming up on the show today, but first, as always, the news headlines, and there are a lot of them. Let's start Major League Baseball, where the talk of the town has been Michael Soroka. The Calgary native was lights out in his debut for the Arizona Diamondbacks, throwing 5 innings of shutout baseball, including this.
Michael Soroka strikes out the side in the 5th. It's an immaculate inning. How about that in your Diamondback debut in a home opener?
Soroka allowed just 4 hits and a walk while striking out 10 in that outing. Here's what he told the media about that immaculate inning after the game.
Yeah, it was definitely in pro ball. It was my first one ever. It was pretty special. Obviously, I think I've talked to you guys about, not putting too much stock in results, but I think that's one that's worth celebrating. I think it's something I wasn't really aware of until the last pitch. And Gleyber is a good hitter. He's quite passive too, so I want to make sure it was something in zone. Just give myself a chance to get it done right there. So pretty cool. I tried to play it off, but started smiling off the field. So.
You can read more about Soroka's big outing on a news story from Ian at albertadugoutstories.com. Elsewhere, Edmonton's Erik Sabrowski has been sensational in the early going with the Cleveland Guardians.
Got him on 3 pitches. Dodgers still empty-handed.
The AHP alum actually leads the big leagues in holds with 4, including a 3-pitch strikeout of Shohei Ohtani with runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 8th inning of Wednesday night's 4-1 win over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sabrowski's now allowed no hits or runs in those 4 outings, issuing just 2 walks while striking out 6. Dogs Academy product Tristan Peters has his first big league hit.
Peters in a battle here, 3-2. This one. Trying to find the turf, and it gets down in center field. Mitchell cannot make the play.
The Chicago White Sox outfielder's getting regular playing time now and is hitting .333 on the young season with 5 hits, including that double and 1 stolen base in 6 games. In the minors, AAA opening weekend was last weekend as well, with a handful of familiar faces getting some playing time. Vauxhall Academy grad Adam Macko has tossed 3+ innings of scoreless relief with the Buffalo Bisons so far. He's allowed just 2 hits while striking out 4, and he might be a call-up option soon for the Blue Jays with the struggles of Brendan Little. Fellow Vauxhall grad Garrett Hawkins is back to his old form from last season. He allowed no hits and just 1 walk while striking out 1 in his debut with El Paso in San Diego's system. And Dogs grad Matt Lloyd is off to a solid start with Worcester in the Boston system. He's hitting .300 with 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 RBI in his first 3 games. This coming weekend is opening weekend at the lower levels of the minors. We know where most players will be starting their seasons. Dogs product Matt Wilkinson has been bumped up to AA with the Akron Rubber Ducks. Wetaskiwin native Matt Kootenay will also start in AA with the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Oyen native and Dogs star Gavin Logan begins his year in AA with the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Innisfail native and St. Joe's rising star Nathan Flewelling is heading to High A with the Bowling Green Hot Rods. Elsewhere, Dogs hurler Tyrell Chadwick heads to Single A with the Fresno Grizzlies after being drafted last summer. Former Edmonton prospect and Edmonton Riverhawk star Johnny McGill goes to the Single A Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Vauxhall grad and Sylvan Lake Gulls alum Ty Boudreau starts the year with the Single A Tampa Tarpons. And finally, Calgary Bucks product Tom Poole starts the year with the Single A Charleston River Dogs. Quite a few players as well, like Tim Piazantine and Ty Doucette, appear to be starting their seasons with their respective FCL teams. Over in the college ranks now, and our top 5 performances of the week has to start with Carter Claerhout, who is continuing to roll along. The Red Deer native and Prairie Baseball Academy alum has just been named the NAIA National Player of the Week after he hit .700 with 5 homers and 10 RBI during a weekend set. He's leading the Bruins in almost every offensive category this year, and we'll be checking in with the Lethbridge Bulls slugger in just a few minutes. Another big-time performance from former Dogs hurler Will Labonte, as he's been named the WCC Co-Freshman of the Week. He went to career-high 6 innings, allowing just 1 run, while striking out 5 in a 6-1 victory over St. Mary's. He's third in the conference in ERA and was just named a mid-season freshman All-American by Perfect Game. A tip of the cap to a pair of Saskatchewan products at Hutchinson Community College. Aiden Marion is having a freshman season to remember as the Saskatoon native is hitting .441 with 3 homers, 26 RBI, 52 runs scored, and 18 stolen bases in 33 games. Teammate and Munster native Merrick Yeager has also been outstanding on the hill for the Blue Dragons. He's 5-1 with a 4.11 ERA in 8 appearances, including 7 starts. And former Dog Zachary Bedard is off to a flying start with Erie Community College. The young infielder's hitting .464 with 11 RBI in his first 10 games. Over in the CCBC, Okanagan College continues to pace the circuit with a 7-1 record through 2 weekends. Prairie Baseball Academy sits second at 6-2, while Edmonton Collegiate is 5-3. The University of Calgary also climbed up the rankings with a 3-win weekend to draw their record to an even 4-4. Coming up this weekend, PBA is at home to the EC Hawks, while the Dinos have a bye week. And finally, a big thank you to everyone who's been following along with us for what's now been 9 years of our social media presence. It's crazy to think that this little idea morphed from social media to now including a website, a podcast, and now an expansion to Saskatchewan. We truly appreciate you checking out all of our content, and we look forward to what promises to be a busy year ahead and even more. When we come back, Carter Claerhout, Carson Friesen, and a few more ponderings from yours truly. This is Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. They are the 8-time WCBL champions, and they are looking for more in 2026. The Okotoks Dogs are back at Siemens Stadium to start the campaign May 28th. See the best summer collegiate talent all summer long. Get your tickets today at dogsbaseball.ca. Want to get your business or organization noticed on the top baseball podcast in Western Canada? Have a big sale going on or an event you'd like to promote? Drop me a line at joe@albertadugoutstories.com and let's talk about elevating your brand here on the show. Welcome back to Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast, and on to this week's guests. And as mentioned, Carter Claerhout is on another level right now at Bellevue University. The Red Deer native and Prairie Baseball Academy alum is raking in all kinds of awards this season, including Conference Player of the Week and NAIA National Player of the Week over the past 7 days. But he's been doing it all year long. He's now hitting .443 with 13 homers, 35 RBI, and 40 runs scored in 31 games. And it seems like he doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. Carter, welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me yet again.
I seem to remember a time, a.k.a. All-Star Game 2025, when Mitch Schmidt comes up to me in the middle of an interview that I'm doing with you, and he says, I have breaking news for you. We've recruited Carter Claerhout for Bellevue. Could you have ever imagined at that time how things would pan out for you just over the last few weeks here with the Bruins?
Yeah, I didn't know what I had in store for me. Obviously, Schmitty's a bit of a character himself, right? So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. But, yeah, I didn't think I'd be having the year I've been having so far, I guess you could say, especially these last couple weeks. But it's been fun for sure with the team and everything like that so far. So
coming into the season, was there anything in particular that you were working on to refine your game or make your game go up another level here? Or was it just sort of like, hey, I've been through this before, so let's just keep on rolling with what we've got?
Basically, Schmitty made like 2 tiny changes as soon as I got here, and he kind of focused on letting the ball travel a bit more. And I've never hit an opposite field home run till this year because of it. So he kind of made that change, and I think I have 3 balls that I've hit over the fence in left field, and I've never done that in my career. So I guess you could say it was a good change so far. But, yeah, he mainly said, don't touch a thing. I'm just going to move you in the batter's box. That's about it.
Unreal. So did that give you a little bit of anxiety almost? Because I'm trying to put myself into the mindset of a hitter or even a pitcher when you make those minor adjustments. Like, there's got to be a little bit of self-doubt that goes into that, no?
No, yeah, there definitely was some there for sure. Obviously, he's seen me hit a few balls hard against him in the past years against Okotoks, so he kind of knew what to fix from me. And he basically flat out said, "You're a good hitter. Like I don't want to change a whole lot right away." But yeah, you get a little anxious about making a change, and kind of you've had some success, especially throughout the summer. I had a great summer, right? So I didn't want to change much from that. So when he made some adjustments, I was kind of questioning it at first, but it turned out for the better for sure.
So what happens in your mind when that first one pops off your bat and you go Oppo Taco and it's over the fence? Like, you've got to be sitting there going, holy moly, that just happened, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what I said. I went, holy crap, I can actually do this. Yeah, I thought I was a backside doubles guy, I guess, but I guess a little bit more juice. Obviously, the weight room here helped a lot. Our strength coach is awesome here, and that helped a little bit as well. But yeah, it was a pretty cool feeling to finally hit one out like that.
Walking into the season, did you have goals or expectations of yourself? Because I know guys have gone in and been like, hey, I want to be freshman of the year. Or, hey, I want to be newcomer of the year. Or, hey, I want to be this. I want to be that. Or I've got numbers in mind. Did you walk in, especially coming into a senior season like this, did you have sort of those goals and expectations in mind? Or were you like, listen, I'm just going to go out and have some fun?
Yeah, I main thing was I just want to go out and have fun. I wanted to, shoot for that. I know Logan Grant's won a few awards for Bellevue in the past couple years, kind of thing. He was in our dugout this past weekend. Actually, he made a visit to see the new field. But yeah, I set out to win those awards, but it wasn't really a thought in my mind. It was kind of have fun and see how far we could take this program this year. Because right now we're number 4 in the country, so we're not exactly shooting for a conference title. We're shooting for a national title. So that's kind of the mindset in our group, and that's kind of been what it was from day one. It's a lot of unselfish guys that just go out and have fun and play baseball every day. It's awesome.
For sure. We'll get into the team stuff in a second. Coming back to the personal performance side, you've seen all the numbers. When you look at your score sheet over the course of the last month or so, what are you most proud of?
Maybe the stolen bases, I guess you could say. I don't know. I'm a speed guy, I guess, right? That's a little hidden. No. No, I've never hit a double-digit home run season in my life. So to hit that number this weekend was really, really cool. I got a big hug from Schmitty, and he said, you needed me to get double digits. And I was like, okay. But yeah, that's probably the thing I'm most proud of, is finally getting a double-digit home run season. And the team's been firing on all cylinders, and if I can help out as much as I have been so far this year, we should do pretty well.
And yet another Conference Player of the Week honor under your belt as well. I think that's 3, if memory serves, just in the last few weeks here. I mean, what goes through your mind when you're getting all these accomplishments, all these accolades, all these recognitions?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I'm just trying to keep doing it, if that makes sense. I'm trying not to let it get to my head, kind of thing, and just go out there and play baseball and keep doing exactly what I've been doing. And yeah, we're winning a lot of baseball games because of it. So I don't want to change a thing.
Mm-hmm. As you mentioned, to make matters even better, the team's off to an absolute fire start through the first half of the regular season. What are the vibes like in that clubhouse?
Oh, we're just having so much fun every day. Practice, BP before the games. We're laughing, playing defense. Game 4 this weekend, we were in the top of the 7th, and we were losing 9-6, and we pulled our pitcher, and all of our infielders got together, and we were just laughing. That kind of tells us like how good we are and how relaxed we are in that kind of situation. And then we got out of that jam, and we ended up putting up a 10 spot in the bottom of the 7th to kind of put Valley City away this past weekend. So we're really confident in how we are as a team, and we're never out of a game, and we're just having so much fun.
How special is that group in your eyes?
Yeah. We're together. We're very much so a family. I don't know if you can hear me over my laundry machine going crazy. Sorry about that.
All good.
But Yeah, we're a family now. It's kind of crazy how close I've gotten with a bunch of guys since I just got here in the fall, right? So we're all pretty tight-knit group together, and we're all really confident in everybody who comes up to bat or to pitch for us, and it's awesome. It really is.
It probably doesn't hurt as well that a lot of guys are at least familiar with one another, right? Like you got an Aiden Macris in that room. You've got a few guys who've been around the WCBL in particular. So it's not like it's a bunch of strangers getting together. Like all y'all know sort of what's happening in each other's minds kind of thing, and you've seen each other before.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of us have played in the WCBL and have intermingled and stuff like that. Gravel, Nick Gravel, I played with him at PBA for a few years, so he was instrumental in bringing in me and getting me into the group and stuff like that. And yeah, we all just kind of knew each other a little bit, like pretty much, especially me and Macris and stuff like that. So.
For sure. A couple more for you here, Carter. First off, how do you keep things rolling? Like, what's the message in the room just so you guys don't get high on your own supply kind of thing?
Just keep playing our game, pretty much. Just stay relaxed. We know what we're capable of every day. So if we're just relaxed and play the type of Bruin baseball we know how to play, we're going to beat everybody we face. Pretty much. No, we're going to be a pretty hard team to beat especially in a 9-inning game. And yeah, we know what we're capable of, and to kind of just stay calm no matter what happens and just do what we do.
For sure. And finally, when you look ahead, I don't want to get too far ahead of yourself here, but at the same time, what would it mean to you to win an NAIA World Series?
It'd be a pretty sweet way to go out for sure. It'd mean a lot, especially being a key contributor to the team. And it would be awesome to go back to Lewiston with this group because of the past couple years here. They haven't made it out of an opening round. So to kind of get them over the hump and go to Lewiston and win it all would be phenomenal.
Wishing you all the best on that journey, Carter. Again, congratulations on all the early success at Bellevue. Continued success over the next few months here. And thanks again for joining us here on the show.
Thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate it.
That's Carter Claerhout out at Bellevue University. Our next guest also had himself a weekend to remember, albeit in BC. Carson Friesen of the Edmonton Collegiate Hawks went 8 for 18 with 2 homers, 16 RBI, and 6 runs scored against the Victoria Golden Tide. Now, what really stands out in that performance was a 20-9 victory where he went 6 for 6 with a double, 2 homers, 4 runs scored, and 11 RBI in that contest. We caught up with the Saskatoon native who moved to Alberta in high school to train at AHP Academy. Carson, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Very excited.
This line is something else, man. 6 for 6, a double, 2 homers, 4 runs scored, and 11 RBI in one game on Sunday. Have you ever had a game like that before?
I've had some pretty crazy games before, but nothing even close to that before.
You've always seemed to be coming up with runners on during that course of that game. Take us through your approach when you're feeling as good as you seemingly were.
Okay, call me crazy, but I don't really have an approach. Like, I just see ball, hit ball. I've never, when coaches are like, do you have a 2-strike approach? Like, I just go into the box and just know that I'm going to hit the ball. Just see ball, hit ball mentality, basically.
Do you feel any pressure in those moments at all? Because like there's one point where you've got bases loaded. There's a point where you got a couple of batters on. Like, you got to think that there's got to be something in your mind going, okay, I got to knock in one of these guys at least, kind of thing, or no, or is it completely like just let's take a look, take this ball for a ride, kind of thing?
Let's honestly, just what you said, just kind of take the ball for a ride. I honestly, I wouldn't be playing high level baseball if I didn't love pressure. I honestly love high pressure situations. It's kind of the best feeling. Obviously, I'm nervous. I want to do something to help the team out. But I just love being in that moment.
Was there a moment during the course of that game where you even had to take that step back and go, okay, this is getting kind of nutty?
Yeah. On my 6th hit at the end of the game, when I hit a double, I was like, damn, that doesn't really happen that much. Like that was, yeah, it was just kind of like shocking. I was like, am I in a dream or is this like happening? I was just, kind of starstruck.
Are you aware at all of like some of the numbers, especially, I mean, the one that kind of pops into my eyes right off the bat is that 11 RBI. Like, are you aware in that moment that, okay, I'm into double digits in a game?
I honestly I was not keeping track and I had no clue. I was just kind of in the moment and have a very good team behind me. So like when all the boys are cheering you on, I kind of forgot that like it was my sixth hit. It was just like, I was just so like excited and happy, like, and we won the game. So it was a great outcome.
Absolutely. And a great weekend as well. We'll get into that in a second. But I mean, through a couple of weekends here, doing pretty well for yourself. How are you feeling about your overall performance?
Oh, I'm feeling really good about my overall performance. Honestly, anything to help the team win. We have, in my opinion, the best coaching staff in the league by far. I've never had coaches just this involved and just kind of like they care for you in ways that like other coaches I've never seen before. So I really like that about this. And just the team environment is amazing. So I'm very appreciative toward my teammates and my coaching staff. I think that's what's also helping me push me to become better and just move forward with this season.
What are the vibes like in that room right now? Because you guys are 5-3 to start things off. You're on a good clip. You're 3-1 this past weekend. You got to be feeling good about where things are at right now.
Yeah, I think we're feeling really good about ourselves. We definitely would have liked to get the sweep on Victoria, but we're going to come out next series and hopefully get the sweep against PBA. And yeah, no, we have, in my opinion, like best hitters I've played with in a long time. So I think we have the players and the coaching staff to win it all this year.
Speaking of, give us a bit of your own scouting report on the team so far. What are you seeing? What do you think is going to be key as you guys move your way through the season?
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, just like putting really team at bats in, like everyone doing their role to help the team win, whether that's being a guy off the bench or like a pitch hit, a pinch runner. I feel like everyone on the team has a role, and even the smallest roles on the team are gonna help us win. And I just feel like everyone has that role in our team. We just have everyone, and everyone's committed to winning.
It's kind of an interesting season for you guys as well, because it's the first time where not every team is going to championship weekend in Lethbridge. So does that put a little bit of an onus on everybody to go, okay, we've got to have a good weekend every weekend. We can't take a couple of weekends off, kind of thing. Like we got to go full tilt this entire time.
Oh, 100%. Like we gotta lock in and bear down when it's game time. We definitely like to have fun practices and enjoy each other's like presence at practices. But when it's game time, we're ready to roll.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is going to be key for you to be one of the 6 teams heading to championship weekend?
Definitely our hitting staff. Like our hitters and our pitching is just like, I feel like it's unmatched in this league. Like obviously OC and there's some other really good teams in this league, but I feel like the Hawks are slept on a lot, and could be the year that we all do it.
What would it mean to you to help EC take home its first ever CC championship?
Oh my gosh, it'd mean the absolute world to me. Like even thinking about it now, it's just like I'm just so excited to see what the possibilities are for this team.
Fantastic stuff. Hey, let's get into your baseball backstory here a little bit. You're originally from the Saskatoon area, a farm boy who moved to Alberta in grade 11. We'll talk about that move and AHP in a second, but how'd you get into baseball in the first place?
My dad, honestly. I've had a baseball in my hand probably since I was born. I started playing baseball when I was about 3, and I have always loved it since. I've committed. Just, I don't know. It's not even like a sport for me. It's like a way of life to me.
Mm-hmm. When you were growing up, was it all baseball all the time, or did you have other sports on the side?
Oh no, I was multi-sport. I played hockey, volleyball, baseball. I did track and field for a while. Badminton. Yeah, I was just I loved just playing sports in general. But then when I got to that grade 10, grade 11, I had to kind of focus on one of them. And obviously baseball was a no-doubter for me.
Do you remember the reason why or what it was that made you go, okay, I'm going to focus on this one, and I think I can take it a distance?
I actually do. A good friend of mine growing up, we played in the Cardinals system together in Saskatchewan. Ethan Spitaniak, he committed suicide when I was in grade 9. It was, I decided from that moment on that I just wanted to play for, not even just for me, but I wanted to see how far I could take this for the both of us. He was probably one of the most friendly guys I've ever known in my lifetime. So I'm just going to I put on my baseball hat, I put remember why, and that's my reason for playing the sport that I love. It's just at the end of the day, he's one of the main reasons why I will continue to play as long as I can.
Wow. I don't think I've ever had an emotional moment like that before, but man, oh man, yeah. This is one of those things where with this show, I truly appreciate every time an athlete opens up or tells their personal story like that. And so thank you. B, condolences to you and everyone who knew your buddy, and man, oh man, like that's an amazing story. What was it about him that made you go, okay, baseball is the one that I want to chase?
Honestly, it's just, baseball hits different at the end of the day. The relationships you make on the field and off the field, it's just, I've never made those relationships before. It's it's made me who I am in a way. And it's definitely helped me grow as a person. So at the end of the day, I am so grateful to just be able to play the sport with the people I love and the people surrounding me. So it just that would definitely be the main reason why I chose to keep going.
Well, you've done really well so far to this point. Obviously, it took you in a different direction in terms of different provinces as well. You moved from Saskatoon to Alberta, the Sherwood Park, St. Albert area. You end up at AHP Academy. And Taylor Burns, I was doing a little bit of searching on social media, and he called you a cheat code. When you look back on your time at AHP, what did that program mean to you? Not just as a ball player, but as a human being as well?
Honestly, AHP, it was probably one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was a family there. I loved going there every day and just being part of the guys. I have so much respect for Connor, Taylor, and Ethan. They definitely helped me progress in baseball more than they know. And yeah, it would be awesome one day to go back there and maybe help coach some kids, because I definitely have a lot of respect for what they're doing there.
Mm-hmm. When you look back on the young career to this point, do you have a favorite memory or moment that stands out to where you had to take that step back and go, all right, this is pretty cool?
Oh, 100%. This one was this was last year when I was in LA. I was playing for LA Pierce. My dad came to visit one weekend, and this was against one of the, sorry, I don't want to sound egotistical here, but there was one of the top pitchers. He was, I think he was an MLB. He just got drafted this year. I don't remember his name, but he was throwing 95, 96, and our whole team was just holy crap, this guy's going to shut down our entire lineup. And we were all terrified to face this guy. He's just throwing straight heat. And I go up there, and the bases are juiced, and I hit a grand slam, and I coming rounding third base, some tears were being shed because it was just such a great moment. My dad came to watch me, and it was just a really good. That was probably hands down my greatest experience.
That is pretty cool. On the flip side, and you've kind of alluded to it, I think, but you never know what else we can turn around here. Baseball's a game of failure. What's been the biggest challenge or hurdle that you've had to overcome?
Definitely finding where my career is going to take me. I never know where it's going to take me. I'm so grateful I've been able to play in Los Angeles, Southern California. I've been able to travel a lot, but the greatest adversity is probably like the mental state of baseball. There's like I have the talent, I have the hard work, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of mental work, and I feel like that's something that I can continue to get better on every day.
Mm-hmm. A few fun ones before we let you go, Carson. First off, what's your walk-up tune?
I'm sorry, what's that?
What's your walk-up tune?
Oh, Hall of Fame, actually.
All right. Is that a long-time one, or is that the first time this season for it?
Oh, no, I've had this one for a long time. My dad would always play it on the radio, driving me to practices in the morning since I was like 4, 5, 6, and my teammates not a fan of the walk-up song, but it has very deep memory to me, so I will continue to use that for as long as I play.
I don't blame you at all. What's your on-bus activity? Are you a guy who puts the earbuds in and just zones out for a while? Are you a guy who's playing cards? Are you a trickster? What's your go-to?
I am a chatter. I'm a chatterbox. I love to just like mess around with the guys and always be talking before games. Like, yeah, it's good to lock in when it's like close to game time, but like locking in for me is like messing around with the guys, having fun, cracking jokes. It just kind of gets me in the right mood to play baseball.
Love it. And finally, any superstitions or things you got to do either before, during, or after a game?
This is like, I do this sometimes when like I'm struggling with my mental health. I will draw an E in the dirt for my friend that passed away, or I will draw a cross in the dirt. That is only like sometimes, though. I don't do that every at bat.
Fair enough. Two more before we let you go here. First off, for those young kids who are just starting out on their baseball journey and they want to get to where you're at now, what's that one piece of advice or those words of wisdom you'd love to impart upon them?
Honestly, like, just keep grinding. Like, hard work does pay off. I know you hear it every day, but like, it's true. I never thought I would be at this place in my life, and I think I owe it all to just like complete hard work because, yeah.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And finally, what does the game of baseball mean to you?
Everything. It's my lifestyle. I definitely will, when I have kids, they're playing baseball or they're not mine. It's just everything to me.
Well, it's meant a lot for us to be able to get to know a little bit about your journey, Carson. Congratulations on this past weekend. Congratulations on all the success you've had to this point in your career. Continued success at EC and beyond. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yes, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for having me.
That's Carson Friesen of the Edmonton Collegiate Hawks. Now we'll take one more break here on the show, and when we come back, another one of my infamous monologues here on Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame legend and Dogs coach Matt Stairs is fired up for the road to Okotoks this summer.
It's something that you just live for, really, as a high school player. You know, the opportunity to come and have the top 16 teams throughout, again, from Newfoundland to British Columbia, to come in and having a chance to play in front of a ton of people and scouts and bragging rights. For me, that's the biggest thing. That's going to be the excitement.
The Road to Okotoks, July 14th to 19th. Get your tickets at theroadtookotoks.ca. Welcome back to Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. Now, last week was a bit of a trial run on a different idea where we finished the show with a few thoughts from my noggin, and it seemed to go pretty well. So we'll do one more this week before we take a bit of a break from that and go back to focusing more on the guests. And I wanted to circle back on one of my editorials from the last few weeks where I didn't go into great detail here on the show, and that's about how we're coming up to a monumental year for female baseball. To be frank, we're on the cusp of history, as in just a few months, the Women's Pro Baseball League will be making its much-anticipated debut. We've chatted with Madison Willen and Sydney Barry and Brady Birdsall and Addie Zebard on the show, and while it's super exciting to watch what they're about to do, it's important to remember that we have to take some time to build upon that pipeline as well. We all know what happens in the men's game, so we should spend some time building out that same infrastructure in the girls' game, no? And it starts right here at the very beginning, and this really came to mind for me as I'm going to be coaching T-ball this spring and summer and got the team rostered just this past week, and it appears we have 3 girls on the team, which is awesome news. I want to make sure they're just as excited about the game as the boys are, and they have as much fun as possible. And the key, though, moving forward is that those opportunities don't fade away as those girls get older. We need different provincial organizations to work together on not just the training part, but also the competition part. Now, could Little League and Baseball Alberta do some things together as an example? I don't see why not. We need to start tearing down some of those boundary things, right? I've heard anecdotal stories of how trying to participate in different events can be difficult based on where an athlete is born. Frankly, that needs to stop. I've also heard that it gets harder as athletes get older to play against other girls, especially as teenagers. We should be doing more to figure out how to foster that and find ways to make it actually happen. I don't know if this is the answer, but one possibility in my books that I wrote about would be a female baseball academy program. Maybe it's within a program that already exists, or maybe it's something standalone, completely different. Making it a place to go where, say, the 16U or the 19U players can work on their skills, maybe have the same kind of access to facilities and coaches that the boys do. It would be huge for the growth of this game in both of our provinces. And I understand that money rules the game at the end, right? It's all about investment in time, but also in cash. And in previous times, the first thing to go in baseball when times got tough was female baseball because uptake wasn't viewed as being strong enough. But if the last few years have proven anything to us, it's that women's sports are growing leaps and bounds. The popularity has never been better. So why not get in on the ground floor and elevate it now versus playing catch up later? And that means we're going to have to step up when it comes to managing, when it comes to coaching, training, umpiring. Everything needs to happen to make this all come to fruition. We're living in a game-changing moment in women's baseball, and we can't watch it go by, especially for two provinces that like to think of ourselves as leaders in this country. If we're willing to be a little bit bold, invest in it maybe, we can build an even stronger pipeline to not only Baseball Canada, but now the Women's Pro Baseball League. What do you think? Draw me a line at joe@albertadugoutstories.com and I'll read some of your comments on a future episode of the show. That's going to do it for this time around. Thanks again to Carter Claerhout and Carson Friesen for joining us. And thanks to all of you for downloading and listening and for taking the time to check in on my monologues. If you like them, let me know. Happy to do a few more throughout the course of the year. As always, a tip of the cap to our platinum supporters, the Okotoks Dogs, Under the Lights Sports and Entertainment, and the Western Canadian Baseball League for their generosity in helping us tell the game stories in our province. If you'd like to join our roster of tremendous teammates or advertise here on the show, head to albertadugoutstories.com/supporters for all the information. Until next time, thank you for all of your support online, on social, and on air of Alberta Dugout Stories.